Hello, my name is Beth MacDonald Stone, and I'm an avid knitter and knitwear designer coming to you from Bermuda. It doesn't look like it because I'm wearing sweaters. The air conditioning's on, doors and windows are closed. It's officially summer, and which is actually great timing because I'm wearing, although short sleeve, you can see the lump of my shirt underneath it. But anyway, so look past my short sleeve lines here, but I'm showing my last two Bermy Basics from the whole series, and I'm so thrilled that we're at the finish line, and so that's going to be our highlighted pattern of the week. I'm going to also talk about some other finished objects and some fun designs, and end with some really pretty photos of a beautiful beach setting that was taken on Monday, 2 days ago. So anyways, so hope you have your knitting. I hope everything's well, and let's get down to it. So, the pattern highlight, Bermy Basic. I can talk about it again. No, anyways, it's fine. To be honest, some people probably haven't heard my spiel, so we'll do the spiel one more time. So this concept is that there is a basic sweater out there, basic sweater design out there for you for any stitch gauge. So anything from a 12 stitch gauge going up to a 28 stitch gauge. Each Bermy Basic are in increments of 2 stitches. So there's the 12 stitch gauge, 14, 16, 18, 20, and so on. So the concept is you can go to your yarn store or fall in love with something online or fall in love with any yarn at a festival, whatever, and you always know you have at least a structure, like a basic foundation to play with, and to use also to elaborate on, like if you have an idea but you just want the numbers and you want to put in some sort of color work or some lace or whatever, at least you've got sort of like the foundation. And so that's what the Bermy Basics are. They're your foundation, and I would totally encourage people to look on Ravelry at sorry, a little hair in my eyelashes, to see what the test knitters and other knitters have done with all the other Bermy Basic designs, because there's been some amazing ones, like truly stunning. Really, honestly, I'm so thrilled that people were interested to put in all the care and creativity and everything like that into their own designs and stuff like that. So that was all using the Bermy Basic sort of foundation. So the foundation really is just sort of a deep yoke, lovely short row shaping so that it fits your neck. I'm very sensitive about that. I'm sure for any returning viewer, I have a bit of a hump in the back of my neck. I think it's not very attractive. I try to disguise as much. I wear scarves and stuff and collared shirts. And so for sweaters, for me, they have to go up in the back. It's really important. I love a low cut sweater for some people, but it's not for me. So a deeper yoke. I do 2x2 and 2x2 rib, but honestly changed up. I mean, on some of them I did actually change it up by the end. I did 1x1. You could do 3x1. Really, whatever you want. And then the increases in the yoke. So it is a circular yoke recipe or pattern. It's not a recipe. It's a circular yoke pattern. What I like about the circular yoke is that there's many increments of increases, so that if you are going for like an oversized, so this is when I knit at a larger gauge or a larger size, than I usually knit at, I'm pretty sure, but it still looks good. Like it's still like a gentle increase in the yoke. It looks great also when they're more fitted, like this one's a bit more fitted, and it's just a really smooth yoke. There's so many opportunities to play in that yoke too. So again, with your creativity, on previous ones I've shown you increases just using yarn overs for your increases. Oh gosh, this is really, anyways, sorry about that. And again, please look at what all the other knitters have done, because they've been really amazing. So so this is the Bermy Basic. This one is, the two that are coming out this week are the 22 and the 26. The 26 I knit with a really cool yarn that I got at Rhinebeck. Well, not Rhinebeck, it was that one of the events before, the one that wasn't overly successful with rain and stuff. Not going there. Anyways, but I was able to find this. And this is from Townhouse Yarns. Olla is the yarn base. number 2, and it's called Bad Girl Riri, and I loved it. I think I knit helically from about from maybe up here down. I don't think I knit helically on the sleeves because I didn't think it was important. I like how it kind of clusters up here. I like the painterly effect. I think it's really, really, really pretty. I love that sweater, and it's funny. I was thinking about it this morning, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a great, I should have taken that on my last trip. I mean, you can only pack so much. I did take this on my last trip, and I wore this all the time. The reason I took this one, just before we finish, and then I just had some really fun minis to do contrasting colors for the cuffs, and these are minis from my Christmas Advent skein from Woolly Mammoth, and so they were sort of a natural yarn, and yeah, I mean, let's see, Sleep in Heavenly Peace and Silent Stars Go By. I don't know which one's which, but again, really fun to just get a little creative. And as I was knitting them, there are 9 different gauges, so I've knit them at least 9 times. I've knit them more. And so towards the end, I did try to get a little bit more creative and just add spice to my life. So yeah, so that's that one there. Love that. That's really, really cool. And the drape on that is really neat. The yarn is a really dry yarn, which I've talked about before. I find that really interesting. It's really, really quite lovely. And yeah, so that's the 26. And then I'm wearing the 22, and this one is holding 2 yarns together, and this is holding La Bien Aimee Mohair Silk in the color the Shire, together with Primrose Yarn Company Adelaide. Primrose Yarn Company Adelaide, color Witching Hour. And this was a really stunning yarn. There's like cool, all the shades of green, and then interesting purples and stuff. And so it's a really great, it's a great one, great yarn. And I had it in my stash for a long, long time. So also in the design, there's 2 sleeves. There's a tapered sleeve, and there's a straight sleeve. This is a straight sleeve. I like them both. I've been leaning towards straight sleeves more this year, tapered sleeves than the previous years. I just think it's like a taste thing. The other thing with tapered sleeves, arms are very much like the rest of your body. They're so unique. So when you are doing a tapered sleeve, just take a look at the schematic and try it on, because of course not everyone's, I tried to do as general as possible, but not everyone's arms are, shaped the same way and stuff like that. So all the information is there for you. So just, make it work for you. Make it the perfect fit. And again, I'm really a big believer in perfect fit and knowing your body, knowing, what you like, best and ease. And I know I've definitely been going through a very big oversize. I wonder if that's going to continue next year, because actually I'm enjoying the look right now of it's not fitted, but it's sort of got 1 to 2 inches of positive ease versus more. Trends and tastes and wishes and desires totally change all the time personally. And I'm not talking about trends like I'm following trends, but just, what I'm interested in wearing. And I'm curious what I'm going to be wanting to do more next year, wear more next year. But I do love a good oversized, but loving this today. So there you go. So the Bermy Basic, as with every new pattern release, there'll be 20% off for the first week. So I'm publishing this podcast either today, which is I think the 19th, or tomorrow, which is the 20th, I believe, of June. And so it'll go at least till the following Thursday, which will be the 27th of June, 2024, midnight Atlantic Standard Time. So so hope this works. Fill up your library with the Bermy Basics, and be all, to be ready for all the wonderful yarn festivals that are coming up. I know the flock, I'm hearing a lot about flock fiber in August. I wish I could get back to the West Coast for that, but I know that's coming up, and so many more. So I'm not even going to try to list the ones I've heard about. They all sound fabulous. So anyway, so that's the Bermy Basic. I'm going to try and stay in this for a little while longer. I'm starting to feel the warmth. We have the air conditioning on, like I said, but it's not, I don't think I can see this one. It's set to 74. It's not, which is a very comfortable temperature, but the humidity is still in the air, and I can feel quite close. So I'll just do maybe 1 or 2 more things, and then I might change into something else, or no knitwear at all. Live on the edge. Okay, so what has been finished? So last time we chatted, I was working on this really cool, fun colorwork cowl, and it's just got a bunch of really simple motifs, winter motifs. I've repeated the garland with the brown color. The white is the contrasting color held throughout, and then there's the black as well. And I just think it's really charming, and it's really fun, and it was really lovely to work on. I love the sort of family going out for a walk, or couple going out for a walk. You can personalize it. It's all very simple. The sort of Scandinavian snowflake rose star pattern, very classic. Evergreens, houses. So I just sort of thought this was like a fun autumnal collection of wonderful motifs. I may come up with a sweater pattern because it is sort of screaming for that too. But I'm happy with this as it is. And it's just a big comfy cowl. You know, I see this just, you know, wearing it under, I wear black coats, shocker. And I just picturing this sort of tucked under a black coat. And I just thought the motifs were really fun and cozy and charming. And then the black and white and gray kind of makes it a bit more graphic and modern. So I'm really pleased with that. That will probably come out, I'm thinking more towards the end of August, maybe beginning of September. And so we'll see about that. I can have this tested or not. I don't think it's particularly, I can't imagine there's errors in the pattern because it's really just a great chart. I mean, not that I'm any great shakes and I'm not trying to blow smoke up my ass, but it's just a chart. And so it's not like there's like any great fit or increases or decreases or whatever. The only thing I did it with I cast on and cast off. So I just did it, I grafted it. I like mattress stitch grafting. I think it's really easy. You can barely see it. It's right along there. I think it was really successful. You could do a provisional cast on and knit them together. I just don't think it's I just think it's something lovely and simple and not really to be overthought. So that will be coming, and that's kind of like a lovely kind of preview for autumn, which, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I like summer. I don't love summer. I don't love heat. I enjoy going out and walking in the morning, and I play tennis, and I get a good sweat on, and then after I get that sweat on and I shower and I'm fresh, I really don't want to sit and perspire again. So I'm not a huge summer person, so that's fine. So I'm kind of looking for fall, looking forward to it, but I don't want to rush anything along. Time's not to be rushed. The other thing I finished, because the last few months have been a lot of traveling, I had another sock on my needles, and I'm really finding great comfort in socks. Like, I never thought I'd be a sock knitter, but I'm finding great comfort in socks, and I like the tension on my needles. That sort of, right now I vacillate. Like, half of these were knit on a really short circular, and then all of a sudden I just didn't feel like a short circular, and so I changed to the magic loop method. It's really funny. I'm really kind of fickle about it, and so I've knit another pair of socks. Here's the two of them. I am enjoying, I'm so casual with socks and the sock knitting. I'm enjoying just finding balls of partially used yarn on my shelf and not fussing with it, not skeining up anything. So before I went to the Alaska with the grocery girls, I grabbed this, which I'd used for another pair of socks. So it's just two remnants of, let me find the name, it's really lovely, Mustache Yarns, and the color is Sedated. I love this color. Let's see, there's a really big section. I think it's just so cool and chill, and great pops of fabulous colors. Anyway, so yeah, I just grabbed that, and then when I came home, I put in the toes and the heels and whatever I have in my scraps. So yeah, so that was really fun. I really, really, really do like just the ease and the mindlessness of socks. I'm finding I'm craving that, especially, life is busy and big decisions and stuff like that are happening. The kids getting older and my mother's getting older, and there's a lot going on in life. And I also find that with the knitting designing, there's a lot of decisions there too. And so with socks, I'm just loving just the going around and around. And so, not to jump into the next section, but I'm going to jump in the next section. I really have been fascinated by the shorty heel tab socks that the ladies from Knits and Pieces are talking about, Kelly and Noelle. And I really would that would totally fit what I wear in my sneakers and stuff that I wear a lot and travel with. But I cast one on yesterday, and I wasn't in the mood, so I ripped it out. So that's the sort of little bit to start with where you're doing that little shorty heel tab. And it's a great pattern. There are no complaints. It just wasn't what I was looking for on my needles and in my hands. And I think what I'm really realizing for now, I really, really want something that is completely mindless and just around and around and around and just kind of soothing, calming. Yeah, so I ripped that out right before dinner and started again, and I'm just using, Oliver, my son, used to knit, and he had a little stash of yarn, which I've just kind of absorbed into mine, and I don't know where he got this. It feels like Pasquali yarns. I'm not sure, but I just thought the colorway was fun, so I'm starting another sock, and right now I'm so enjoying the round that although my favorite heel is the heel, oh my gosh, the gusset, the more fitted heel, heel flap and gusset, sorry, total brain fog there. I'm just really enjoying this afterthought heel, just going in a tube as long as I want. And then when I don't want to do it anymore, I put it in a toe. I mean, I clearly need something really lackadaisical and mindless and stuff like that. So that's awesome. So, yeah. And then the one other thing that I think I've finished, but it's kind of in that, is it finished? Is it not finished? And I'll just whip this off and maybe throw this one on. I'm really also loving the concept, I'll throw this there, of vests. Vests, I think, will really suit my needs. So this is a vest that I've designed. I designed it so that I would add, that's why I haven't sewn in all the ends on the sides and stuff like that, because I'm not sure if I'm finished it, but when I put it on, you'll see what I mean. I had designed it so that I would put on sort of a ribbed edge, similar to the neck, and I'll totally include that in the pattern if I don't actually do it on this one. But I'm really kind of liking it with a really simple edge. Now this is not probably the best shirt to wear with it because there's not much of a sleeve, but let me pull it down. Ooh, and maybe not the best dress at all with all the stuff going on the top. Oh, that's fine. But I quite like that, and tell me what you think. I quite like that very clean edge. Oh, let me pull it down. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is a really great sundress. It's a heavier weight so that if you do perspire, it doesn't it's a heavier weight, but it's a very cool fabric. So it's one of the sundresses that I used to wear a lot for work when, if I'd be schlepping like fabric books or samples or tile samples or whatever, and I started to get a little too hot. It wasn't overly noticeable. Anyways, a favorite dress. So back to the vest. I really like it. I don't think it needs, for this one, ribbing on the edges here. What do you think? Please weigh in. I'm really excited about this. I've got a ton of different vest concepts to come. So brace yourself. I hope you're a vest lover. If you're not, like I said, I'm going to add the instructions on how you can put in a ribbed edge here. And in that information will also be, I'm just looking also outside the window. Luna's going on a play date, so I'm keeping an eye out for her pickup. This is a yarn that I haven't woven in, sorry. That's peeking through, not a hairy armpit. Anyways, I'm really, really, really loving vests, but like I said, I will add the information, picking up and the ratio to pick up for the sleeve. And, I'll say how to, it's basically just talking about ratio to pick up for ribbing. So if you wanted to keep it as a vest, but if you wanted to make it a long sleeve, you would just pick up the same ratio that I would for the ribbed, but you would use the main gauge and knit your sleeve and do whatever decreases and stuff like that. So I'll include the basic sort of cuff concept, but you could totally expand that and make your sleeves and stuff like that, because basically it's just a drop shoulder sweater or vest. Now, this is technically a drop shoulder. I've got too much going on here, don't I? This is technically a drop shoulder vest, but it is not knit in pieces. It's knit in the round, obviously, back and forth once you get to the armhole area. But you cast on in the round. All the increases are done along the shoulder. The short rows are done to help raise the back, which you can see successfully is raised, which is very important to me. And so all the increases are along here, and then it's just split front and back to do the arms, and then rejoined under the arms. I have done a little color work at the waist. I love the color work. I'm really pleased with it. I'm really keen to try it also with, like, say 3 different spin cycles. I think that would be really interesting too. With this one, I was playing with shading. I'm not sure if that was important or not, so I may or may not include the shading. As you can see, like, half of each diamond has a slightly second different color held along with it. I don't think that's really important. It may or may not be in the pattern. You tell me what you think. Just the diamonds themselves, I think, are really attractive. And it's funny, I'm really into diamond shapes, triangles. I find them really kind of graphic and fun right now. I was going to do like an organic floral motif for this, and I designed it and worked on the motif for the longest time, and then literally when I got down past the armholes, I was like, I really just want graphic. I'm really into, for even what I'm purchasing or looking at or attracted to right now for clothing, I'm really leaning more to graphic and less to floral. I think you're going to catch me in a lie there, so in my works in progress, you'll see that I might be fibbing on that one. So anyways, it turned out to be graphic. I'm really enjoying it. It's a nice length, because again, what I would probably wear it with a lot is just an untucked shirt. So I want the bottom of the shirt to kind of come out the bottom, and just to be a really lovely layering piece. And there'll be a bunch of these vests. I've got an idea for a cable vest, and maybe even a lacework vest. All that's kind of coming down the pipe, and I'll keep you posted on that. There's some fun yarn collaborations. Speaking of yarn collaborations, this is actually a yarn collaboration in itself too. So this one, I'm using Pasquali yarn, which is a lovely yarn company out of Germany, but it's got sort of an Italian name. It's a German yarn company from the Frankfurt area, and this is, I'm using the Suave, which is like a wonderful, it's 100% cotton, and I really wanted to try it because I'd never seen anything like it. It's 100% cotton, and I'm sorry I didn't, I'm going to go get it. Just bear with me one second. So, got it. This is Pasquali Suave, and it's a lovely 100% cotton, brushed cotton. Can you see that amazing texture there? It's so similar to a Surrey alpaca, which is why I wanted to try it out. Sorry, I'm worried she's going to bark. It's just like a Surrey alpaca in the sense of sort of its fuzziness, its loftiness, and how it's great to carry along with another yarn. Here's another colorway. You can just see how the sort of halo and the fuzz. I did a sample to see what it looked like knit on its own, and I think the elasticity was too great, and I don't think it would hold its shape. So I've done this design holding it alongside another sort of workhorse yarn that I use, which is this is a mixture of whatever I had. So I think this is maybe Supersoft from Holst and Jamieson and WoolyKnit's British 4-ply. So, just I use them as kind of like palette, like a basic palette staple. And the colors are awesome, so that I can pair them with whatever things that are sort of my primary yarn. And in this design, the primary yarn is the Suave from Pasquali. Here's the lovely gray that I used in the motif. And then on the bottom, you can see there's sort of like a wine color here. And that's that one there. They're all numbered. So the wine color is 88. The gray is 76. the light pink is 68. And the kind of main color here, that kind of grape color, is 66. And I love this. I think it's a really, 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 really special yarn, and a great alternative if you have sort of an alpaca allergy. You could substitute it with mohair, but it really does lean more to alpaca, where it's less of a melting halo that mohair does. So mohair you can almost paint with it, and I was sort of trying that here with the shadows. As you can see, the colors don't melt as much, but similarly to brush suri alpaca, they do sort of hold their own, so it becomes more of a marled rather than a blend. But really, really neat. And I love the texture. Wish you could feel it. But yeah, it's a really, really lovely texture. And it feels cozy. So a great, great, great option for anyone. I mean, whether you have a mohair or a suri allergy or not, it's a really cool, very, very, very cool yarn, and I'm really hoping to use more of it. So I'm really excited about that. So that's, again, Pasquali Suave. I have another Pasquali yarn that I'd like to design with soon too, and that's more of a wintry yarn. Well, I was thinking that this Suave I was thinking in my head summer, so I wanted to really get this design going, but it's not really a summer yarn at all. It's just an everything yarn, It's fabulous. So I'm really excited about this. I'm kind of tempted to knit another version with spin cycle down at the triangles, so that you could really play and really mess around with them. Yeah. I'm excited, but this is sort of what I see myself in the early fall traveling with, maybe Rhinebeck and that sort of thing, which gives you just a layering option. It's really fun. It's kind of a creative element, and it's not too hot and easy to pack too, right? So really fun. So that's that. I haven't named this, just like I haven't named the autumn cowl. I've been so busy with new designs and excitement that I just haven't really named them, but I really would like to. And they'll evolve. I mean, I've got time, so that's good. So that's kind of what's finished. And as I'm sitting here, I really do think this is finished. I think I'm going to comfortably sew in the ends and call it a day. What do you think? I think it's a lovely finish. And I kind of like it with a shorter sleeve. I think it looks really quite smart. Anyways, all right, enough of that. Let's move on. What I am working on. So, I love to knit other people's patterns, and I was so inspired by other designers. So the one thing that I just cast on just a few days ago is the Agave by Yumiko Alexander. And what, if I put it there, yeah, you can see it. So you can start to see this sort of beautiful agave plant motif coming through, and it's a bottom up, very boxy, as is my want, summer top. It's really beautiful. I will put a picture up here somewhere so that you can see what it looks like when it's finished, but just boxy. There's 2 different sleeve options, and I'm kind of leaning to the lace, but I'm kind of curious when I finish knitting it and maybe put it on my shoulders to see what I think. I mean, I'm not a very I don't like clothes to be overly feminine, so I mean, I could also see myself just doing a really interesting sort of ribbed, maybe even a little cap sleeve, so it'd be ribbed but with short rows, that it sort of sticks out more at the top, kind of like like this black sleeve. So I'm thinking that I could you pick up the stitches and just do short rows and have it sort of longer at the top and shorter underneath, and have it that sort of silhouette. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Next time I see you, I should have more on that. But I'm using Sandnes Garnlina, which is one of my all-time favorite yarns, summer weight yarns. It's just so great to knit with. It's so great to wear. And the drape is spectacular. The gauge of this is really big. It's a 15.5 stitches per 4 inches. So that's a really open gauge, which is really lovely. And you can see just the drape is spectacular. So this is going to be really gorgeous. And I purchased most of my Sandnes Garnlina a lot from the Knitting Place in Port Washington, New York. And I'm really hoping to catch up with Dinah and Pam soon this summer. We usually get together, so that's really great. So yeah, Santa's Garnlina, the Agave by Yumiko Alexander. Really excited. Oh, and the Santa's Garden color is 2331. And I have a note here that it's called Lys Beige. Lys Beige. I don't actually see that on the bell bottom, so maybe that's just a prompt that came up in Ravelry. I'm not sure. They're usually just numbers, and that's again 2331 in the Santa's Garnlina. The other thing that I'm really excited about is a design that I had been mentally working on for a really long time. I've had the books on my desk open and the drawings and the swatches and samples and, on my desk. It's probably for 2 or 3 months. And then it's funny, when I went to the Lamb and Kid when I was in the Bainbridge Island, Seattle area last couple weeks ago, everything kind of got tossed out. It's like the concept is still the same, but the concept was originally a fingering weight, 4-color flame stitch pattern in a raglan, like an oversized raglan. And then I went and picked up these 4 spectacular colors, which I'm going to raise right now. It's all on a trace that I can try and keep them not getting tangled. But these fabulous 4 colors from the trio collection of the Lamb and Kid there. Get the green out of the shade so you can see. So I've got avocado, miel, plaid is my favorite color, and pop rocks here. And really such a fun color combination. And so I threw out all of my color concepts that I had originally, and also decided it would be more fun to make this a DK weight because it'd be less expected and it's a bit more sort of exciting, if that's the right word. So I cast this on the other day, and then I kind of had to wait because I only had a black and white printer, and I am old school. I do like to print things out, and I like to have them in front of me, and I use a magnetic ruler to mark where I am in the pattern and stuff like that. So I'm old school that way, but I was going around and around and trying to figure out how to get it to show in black and white, the chart, and I just couldn't get with 4 colors, the grayscale is still too close, and it was just too tricky to see. So I cheekily went and bought a very inexpensive color printer and printed it yesterday afternoon, and that was amazing. And then also, for the charts, like I know some people use different symbols for the different colors, but I find that visually makes it look really messy. And then if you have the basic increases that you need for raglans, it's just too much information. So I'm going to keep working on the grayscale for the pattern page, but I'm only going to be able to do my best. But anyways, that's down the road. Right now I'm just knitting the prototype, and I am having so much fun. So this is actually just a sleeve right now on this side that I'm showing you. It is a raglan, so I've got all my stitch markers here. It's tipping. So this is just a sleeve, and you can see how the fun colors play out. It's going to be bright, it's going to be vibrant, it's going to be really fun. I'm sure it's going to look amazing with like a khaki skirt or denim skirt or whatever. For the fall. I'm really excited about this. And I just got the color printer. How pathetic am I? But I just got the color printer yesterday late afternoon, and so this is what I've been doing this morning. And you can see the pretty increases here for one of the raglans. So all 4 corners will look sort of similar to that. And we'll just, and it'll evolve. And I'm super excited. So that's the Lamb and Kid. The yarn base is Trio, which is a lovely mix of cashmere and merino and other stuff. I should have gotten that for you. Do I have it written down? No. Anyways, look up Trio, Lamb and Kid. All their bases are spectacular. And I'm really excited about that. Which way does it go? Yeah, I'm really excited about that. So that'll come along too very soon. And I can imagine this will be my obsession for the next few days until the color work's over. That's just, we all love, I'm sure, the color work when it evolves and it sort of appears in front of you. It's so much fun. No matter how much I've, swatched and everything, it doesn't get old. So that's really good. So that's a flame stitch raglan, I'm calling it now. It's sort of the working name. And I can't wait to see that. So again, So between the agave and the flame stitch raglan, all good stuff, really fun, really engaged, really mentally engaged. And I've got these lovely socks to go to. So I'm happy, I'm busy. It's all good. It's summertime, but I'm happy to be in the air conditioning. And actually, it's been really lovely and breezy outside. So the last few days I've been able to sit on our porch here and comfortably knit, which is really nice because it's going to get hot. And if the breeze isn't out, it's just too close and whatever. So while the breeze is going and there's lovely shade, that's where I'll be on my porch knitting. So that's that. I think this is going to be a bit of a shorter episode, which I'm kind of grateful for. Uploading is really hard. It takes a long time, and I can't wait to talk to anyone else who has podcasts and does these things, because the recording is one thing and the editing is another. I kind of enjoy them. You know, the editing is really fun. That's kind of gets my creativity, especially when I'm putting the footage at the end and the music accompaniment. But the uploading is really slow, and I just wonder if it's our Wi-Fi or if there's any tips and tricks. So if you know of any tips and tricks on how to upload. The last one was really fraught. So fraught that I deleted it and then had to record it. And it still took forever to upload. So yeah, if there's any tips and tricks, I'd love to hear it. But I'm so curious to see what happens when I've got like a 30 or 40 minute, 45 minute episode and how fast that goes. So yeah. So I'm going to leave you here. I'm going to leave you with some fun photos and videos from Monday. So today's Wednesday, so Monday, 2 days ago. My husband Jeff and I went to Coral Beach, which is sort of our favorite. I play tennis there. It's really lovely. It's a really old-fashioned, really old beach club and tennis club. It was when Bermuda was really popular in the 50s and 60s for very high-end travel. That was sort of the place to go, the luxurious place to go. It's the decor is still the same. It's cool. It's just really retro. It's really pretty. It's really fun. You'll see a picture. You'll see Alonzo in the beginning. The Alonzo is the parrot that lives in the front living room of the main building, and he's lovely, and he's out and about in the room. And then I'll show you pictures of the view from that main sort of living room and the porch and stuff. And you'll see a terrace down below, a black dance terrace. So that's where I learned to dance with my dad. And that's called the Longtail Terrace. So you'll see a beautiful longtail in the marble on the terrace. And that gets really hot during the day, but it's really fun and it's really nice at night with them. Sometimes they'll have steel pan drums playing and, beautiful views and dancing there, which is really lovely. So that's the Longtail Terrace, and then I'll pan out to the sea, and you can see there's little white flecks bobbing around, and those are the longtails. They were totally playing, and so I'm hoping that when the video comes up here, you can actually see the longtails. They were just dancing right in front, because below the Longtail Terrace is a big cliff, and the Bermuda longtails live in cliffs, so they just come out and dance around in front there. And then you'll see some beautiful kite surfers. Because the wind and the waves are good, the kite surfing looked amazing, and all the swimmers and stuff like that. So that's Coral Beach. That's just down the road. It's a lovely place, great place to go for lunch, great place to go for a swim or play tennis or just hang out. So I hope you enjoy those videos. I hope we bring a little bit of Bermuda to you in this early or mid-June day. And thanks so much for watching. Leave a comment. Any thoughts or opinions on any of the designs, please. I'm all ears. And happy knitting. All right, I'll be back in a couple weeks. I've got a house guest, so I think it might be a little bit longer break, but we'll see. Stay tuned. All right, bye. Happy knitting. Take care.